Well, thank you. So I want to take you guys back 13 years ago. I was a busy OBGYN physician, and though I loved my job, I found myself so stressed and exhausted. I was suffering from the beginning of physician burnout. I was literally eating my stress to the tune of 35 pounds. And when Optavia came into my life that year, I lost my 35 pounds. But more importantly, I developed some healthy habits that had eluded me all through medical school and motherhood. And as an OBGYN, we are the function as the primary care for so many of our patients. And after about 3 decades of taking care of my patients, I knew that most of the things they were struggling with were really lifestyle issues that related to weight and unhealthy habits. So with Optavia, I knew that I could really address those issues, and that's really why I went to medical school in the first place. So I started offering our program in my practice to our patients and anybody else that would listen for that matter. And miracle of miracles, people lost their weight, but more than that, they gained so much more. One day in my office, I got a phone call from one of my patients, and she said, "Dr. Botney, I walked through Walmart today." I said, "Great, I'm so glad you got your healthy motion in." She said, "No, you don't get it. I'm that person that had to ride the electronic cart for the last 15 years. Do you know how embarrassing that is?" And then she said, "I'm never going back. So thank you so much." So you can see what sharing this gift of health can do for others. But what I want to tell you about is what this business has done for me. Because over time at work, I began to feel like I was just a kind of a widget in a corporate machine, and that I was losing identity with the entrepreneur and healer that I really was. So the addition of Optavia to my practice, it allowed me to start a family business. My son's a full-time Optavia coach, and this business is willable, unlike my medical practice. And in medicine, there isn't much time devoted to personal development and growth. But with Optavia, I have been exposed to such incredible mentorship and thought leaders in the field. And not only has that made me a better leader, but it's made me a better business partner, a better wife, mom, grandma, all those things. And financially, it's just been a huge blessing to our family. We did a big 2-story addition 8 years ago, and we were able to do that without having a mortgage. And I don't even blink when we think about taking our kids or grandkids on vacation, because we can. I've always been passionate about giving back, and now that I have more time and money, I can do that without even thinking about it. So I was able to grow a really large business while I was working full-time, because our system is so easy and duplicatable. And as luck would have it, I retired from traditional medicine last February, just before the pandemic and just in time for lockdown. But Optavia was a bright spot in my life in a very dark world, because we went on. When patients couldn't get in to see their doctors, we did what we always did. And not only that, we were providing jobs for people whose livelihoods were just upended. You know, my friends in medicine, they never thought they would be subject to an economic downturn, but not so in a pandemic. My friends that own businesses, they thought they had everything that they needed in reserve. But so many of them had to really rethink what they were doing and what they wanted. But with Optavia, there is no ceiling. We get to create whatever we want without losing ourselves in the process. And now I get to work because I want to work, not because I have to work. So thanks for having me speak. And I want to turn this back over to David and my mentor, Dr. Anderson, so you guys buckle up.